Some new details now in a criminal case the Target 12 investigators have been tracking for years. Federal prosecutors are demanding a Providence man found guilty in a kidnapping and murder case pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to the victim's daughter. Louis Coleman was convicted by a jury earlier this year and is now in a federal prison in California. Target 12 investigator Tim White covered Coleman's trial and is here now with the latest details. Tim.
23-year-old Jassy Correa left behind a 2-year-old daughter when Correa was snatched from outside a Boston nightclub by Coleman. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston is now seeking restitution on the daughter's behalf. In February 2019, police in Delaware pulled over Louis Coleman of Providence and made a grisly discovery.
Is there anybody else in the car? Yes. Yes. Where? Where in the car?
The lifeless body of Jassy Correa was in the trunk. In October, Coleman, now 36, was sentenced to a mandatory life sentence after being found guilty of 1 count of kidnapping, death resulting. Investigators say Coleman took Correa from outside a Boston nightclub and killed her. Correa had a 2-year-old daughter. In a federal court filing last week, prosecutors asked the court to impose restitution on Correa totaling more than $632,000. Money for financial losses to the victim's daughter, for the victim's funeral expenses, and for the victim's family's court travel costs. In the filing, the government acknowledges Coleman will likely never be able to pay while serving a life sentence, but wrote, "An order of restitution here, while largely symbolic, will assure that if the defendant comes into financial good fortune, those funds can be claimed for the benefit of Jassy's daughter." Earlier this month, Coleman was sent to a federal prison in Victorville, California, which is about 90 miles east of Los Angeles. A judge has to decide on the government's restitution request. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.